Righto guys, welcome to the walk around tour.
Yes, it was very much requested after our last episode.
So to kick it off, first things, what's her name?
We've called her Essie.
You guys pretty much came up with that. Erin did say it to me while we were recording, or after we turned the camera off, but then heaps of you said Essie. Yep. Essie the Essential.
Essie the Essential, yep.
So, Bertha. Now, Essie, a few people said Bertha's a bit too old of a name for something like this.
I know, but I feel like we need to continue with that tradition of like old school names.
Yeah, true. Is Essie old school?
I think so.
Cool. Love it anyway. Thank you.
It's what we're rolling with, regardless of where it's from. So,
guys, we've done 2,000 Ks in Essie now. She's dirty. We're not clean people. She's dirty. And that's how I want it. I don't want to do a walk around of a beautiful, shiny, spit-polished caravan. Because that's not what it is. It's not what we are.
And it will not stay that way for long if you're out using it. So
this is the cleanest you'll ever see it. So take note. But guys, we're going to go through everything. We're going to be honest about everything with this caravan. Now that we've used it a bit, we know a bit more about her. Mm-hmm. And you guys have had a lot of questions, and we'll try to tackle all of those as we go around it. If we do miss anything, which we will, chuck it in the comments. We'll let you know. We'll answer everything you want.
Yep.
Cool. Shall we get into it?
We shall.
We'll do the outside first. And Erin, if I miss something, pull me up.
I will.
Okay, well,
don't worry about that.
Well, so first things first. What model is she? She is an Essential Ranger. So it's a 19-foot single axle. That's the biggest question. We're hitting it straight away. So many people asked us, why did you go for a single axle? You had a tandem axle 24-foot van. Why did you go to a single axle 19-foot van? Turn around, Erin. We went for the Ranger because of the Ranger.
Yeah, it's a Ranger towing a Ranger now.
Exactly. Now, why? And it's a hard one to explain because it's weights, all right? And people go, yeah, but you towed a 24-foot tandem axle. How can you not tow something bigger? The way Bertha was built, she was an 08 model. They were a lot lighter back then. The way these off-road vans are built these days, a lot more rugged and robust. They're just heavier. We looked into all the weights of all the models. Jamie pretty much said, pick whichever model you want of van, and we'll go with that. And we decided on the single axle. And because we want to be within our weight limits, we want to be fully legal on the road. And this was the option. So having a second row of wheels and tyres actually adds quite a bit of weight. So this thing comes in at 2,400 tear, which is pretty much exactly the same as Bertha. So I know it's hard to think, how is that bigger van
lighter?
Lighter or the same weight, but it is. It's how it is. So anyway, that was the biggest question. I can't believe how many of you asked that. And a lot of you also asked, how are you going to adapt from a 19-foot van from a 24-foot van to a 19-foot van? And my answer is, it's pretty much like, how do you go from a 24-foot van to a swag? You just do it. It's like, it is what it is. We'll adapt to absolutely anything we have. And when we get inside, we'll show you.
Especially if it means we can keep getting out there and doing stuff.
But when we get inside, we'll show you why. And a lot of people won't believe us. They'll think it's a lot of BS. It actually feels more spacious. But
it does.
We'll talk about that when we get in there. All right, let's kick on with the outside. So up the front here, guys, we've got a DR35, standard setup, 4-pin plug, Anderson plug, and reverse camera plug, which we have never had a reverse camera hooked up in the car. Out of all the vans we've had that have had reverse cameras, never hooked it up. Now, that's not for any reason. It's probably just because I'm an idiot.
And lazy?
I've never organised
We just have never bothered.
So we don't have a reverse camera. But anyway, it's on this van. 2 9-kilo gas bottles, just steel bottles. And then we've got our massive toolbox up the front here. So I'll show you on this side. We don't have a whole lot in it because it is over the drawbar. We don't want to have too much ball weight. It is massive though. So you got a slide, barbecue side. Nice and simple. Just got the Weber on there. Slide it out and then probably turn the barbie around when we use it. We haven't actually used it yet in this van. But the gas bayonet is on this side, so that's why the barbie's there. And obviously you want to be cooking on the awning side of the van. We'll come around this side. Our new toy.
Yeah.
this is our smoker, our mini smoker. I guess you'd call it a travel smoker. Absolutely loves this thing, but this is not a walk around of our smoker, so we'll put this away.
We will tell you about that though.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, smell that smoky smell when you open that.
I love this thing though, it's amazing.
Oh, he would cook in it every night if he could.
That doesn't need gas, that runs off 240, so inverter and 240 plug. Alright, so first hatch is our tunnel boot. So through tunnel boot, goes to the other side. Obviously, that's what a tunnel boot is. Don't know why I have to explain that, because I'm an idiot. Once again, we're trying not to put too much stuff in there. That's just a lot of like mats and stuff like that we've got in there. Come along to the next one. Oh, we've obviously got our 240 inlet. It's all the new style that meets with all the latest regs. Okay, so in our next one, we have our battery management system. So this is the projector IntelliGrid. So in here, we've got everything that runs our battery system. 3000 watt inverter charger, that is a 180 amp charger. We have a 30 amp DC-DC charger and a 40 amp MPPT charger. So all tucked away neatly in this hatch. Next we have our batteries. Now this is the first time we've had batteries chassis mounted. We've always had them internally in the van, but Essential do pretty much, I think all their models, they do chassis mounted batteries. So we've gone with custom lithium, guys. A bit of movie magic. We're gonna disappear and then these are gonna be open. Okay, so down here, guys, we've got our two 280 amp hour custom lithium batteries. So 560 amp hours altogether. Same as what we had in Bertha, except because we've got the two chassis mounted boxes, they've separated that into two 280s. You can actually buy 280s though. This is a stock size that they make. So these are available on their website. They fit in nicely to our battery boxes here. Now, with solar on the roof, I'll jump in and say that now before we get to the stuff on the roof. We only have two 200 watt solar panels on the roof here. Now, a lot of you are going to be saying that's not enough solar for 560 amp hours, and I 100% agree with you. This is what this van comes out with standard, so that's what these come with. If you bought one of these, you'll get two 200 watt solar panels. So we're just going to run with that, and we'll probably get ourselves some kind of a solar blanket or a portable solar panel. But we're just going to see how it goes. We're not going to rush out and try to chuck more solar panels on this when it's not our caravan. So look, it was our choice to put these bigger batteries in it, and we're just going to see how it goes. So I'm not too concerned. It's been fine so far.
Yeah, we do a lot of driving in a day,
so I mean, you will run into issues then if we are parked up and there's a lot of cloud cover or whatnot, but we'll tackle that as it comes. All right. Just above our batteries, we have a hot water system. So this is a 20 litre tank hot water system. So we've had both hot water systems before. We've had the instant gas and we've had the tank hot water system like this. Both have their pros and cons, but both are really good. So I wouldn't sit here and tell you either which way. That's up for you to decide which one's better. You just got to get in the habit of turning this on with enough time. But it only takes 15 odd minutes and you get good long showers out of it. Come along, we've got our two water fillers. So we've got two 95 litre tanks in this van. Seems to be quite good. We're so used to being very frugal with our water now, hey? So we'll see how 2 tanks goes. But once again, that's a weight thing. So just like with Bertha, how she had 5 tanks when we first got her, you know, we knocked it back. So look, we'll see how 2 tanks goes. We then have our vents for our fridge, which we'll show you that inside. Devil's suitcase, that's the door for that. So I won't open that and show you that. You all know what they look like. And then, what else have we got? That's about it for that size. A couple of windows. The back is very simple on this thing. We literally just have a rear bar and our spare tyre. That's it. That's all we need. Oh, and our reverse camera that we don't have hooked up. One day, hey, I might have that hooked up. We'll see what it's like. All right. On the awning side of the van, we obviously have our awning, which is an Aussie Traveller. I'm actually not too sure what size this is. We'll figure that out and we'll write it down here. First hatch. this is under bunk storage. So this is our spare toilet cassette, and then we just put all our chairs and whatnot. We do have access to this from inside the van as well. Our TV ports, 240 power point. Picnic table, very standard. See those on most vans.
I love that this one doesn't have locks on it, because I never
keys.
understood.
Yeah.
I never understood
So
that.
I might want to steal something that's not there. Yeah. So that's nice and easy to
Our
use.
stickers that we usually put there.
Yeah, true. It might want to steal our stickers. We'll jump past this and we'll come back to it because that's one of the most exciting parts. We do have lights out here. They are white and do have bug lights. They're all wired into switches inside, so you can choose if you want it orange or white. We then have this little storage compartment, so it's only this size. So we keep all of our leveling ramps and you know, the little pads for the legs and chocks and my drill for winding down the legs. So that's a nice little compartment, so that doesn't get all tangled up with everything else. And then this is just the other side of the tunnel boot, so exact same as before. Then we've got a little light here because a lot of people would put a Barbie slide or a slide out kitchen in here, so that light is perfect for that. But we won't, we'll just keep our Barbie there. Now, one of the main things that people pretty much see you fold out and they go, what is that? Is our stairs. Have a look at this, guys. So we've got this big 3-step staircase, I'm going to call it. All right, so what it does is, I'll put my beard out. When you pull up, it's obviously inside the van, and it sits in here like this. So as you travel, that door closes and it travels like that. You pull up wherever you're going to stay, or, you know, park up, pull it out, bang, that's your stairs. We love it because so often when you chock up your van or park up, we'll be ramped up on this side, and Bowie was struggling so bad, wasn't she? She just could not get in and out of the van. But that was my fault for just putting a single step on the last van. But what this also means is that we don't have to have the lower cutout for the step. So it gives you more clearance on this side anyway. The other side, you do have the batteries there. We love it. We got GrubRug to bake up these rugs for us so that as we're going in, we can wipe our feet even more. And it's been really good. I do like it. Now, I do hear a few of your concerns. Some of your concerns are it's going to be hard every single time. So I would say, you know, for maybe an elderly or a frail person, it would be a bit of a struggle. It's not super heavy, but it's not the lightest thing in the world. And the other thing is that if you have any muck on it and you fold it up, that's inside the van. But we've just been, before we fold it up, we've got the little brush in there. We just give it a little sweep off before we get in there.
Yeah.
So it's been
and then
fine.
we give it a bit of a blowout or
got
something
the blower
when
and the vacuum sitting inside. So, but I do love it. It's got adjustable bottoms of the legs, so you just pull the pin out and you can pull it out further depending on, you know, what kind of ground you set up on. But yeah, I love it so far. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, wheels and suspension, guys. Now, our one, Jamie's put on these 17s. I'm not 100% sure if these are what comes with the Ranger if you purchase it from factory, but you can option up to these. So 17-inch alloy rim. We then have these Toledo mud terrain tyres. So size-wise, they are a 265/70/17. So that works out a little bit under a 32. So they're a good size wheel and tyre. We've then we've added our iCheck TPMS monitoring system on it, so that we can see what every wheel and tyre, or every tyre rather, is at while you're travelling. If you don't have a tyre pressure monitoring system on your van, I highly recommend it. Just a bit of peace of mind. You don't have to stress. You can just look straight on your dash and see what your tyres are at. We've had a blowout on a single axle before, and it's not fun. And it was on a highway too. So at least, not every blowout you can predict, but at least if it's going down, you know what's going on. So suspension, guys, it's the ARV chassis. Now the suspension on these things is a Petter's track ride setup, and it has twin shocks. So this thing actually tows very nice. I've said it before, I'm skeptical on a lot of single axles because I've had single axles that didn't tow well, and every tandem axle I've had towed beautifully. But I can assure you this thing tows well, and I'm not saying that because we are working with Essential. I was ready for it to not tow good, but it actually is quite beautiful.
I will jump in here. He has said, just to give you confidence, that this is the first van that he would be 100% comfortable for me to learn to tow in.
Yeah.
Which you've never really said before. I haven't obviously towed very much ever.
No.
So yeah, maybe you will see me towing Essie around soon.
But yeah, she rides absolutely beautifully on the highway. The only thing with the single axle though is if you're going over rough terrain, it is a lot more exaggerated because there's no second wheel or tyre to pick up as you're going into a ditch or a hole or whatever. So just got to be careful, and you'll see that when we end up at Cape York later on. So the only other thing under here is our wastewater tank. So pretty much most caravans these days have a wastewater tank. So we've got ours sitting there. Every tank has got checker plate protection underneath it, and it's all quite neat and tidy under there. So nice setup. Okay, so onto the roof now. So being a 19-foot caravan, we are a lot more limited to real estate on the roof than we were to Bertha. So that's why we've pretty much left it how it comes factory. There are options where you could fit more panels and you could delete some parts or whatnot, but we just left it as it is. So up there we have our Cowfish TV antenna. It actually didn't have that on originally. It had one of the standard ones that Essential sell on their caravans. It actually snapped off as this van was getting delivered to Camp for a Cure. Happens quite often when they're sitting on tilt tray, they're really high. So any kind of branch, and because it was a T antenna, it must have just grabbed it and snapped off. We don't even know where or when it happened, but it did. So I got the guys at Cowfish to send me out one of their van antennas. Banged it on, super simple because the fitting was just there. Just screwed it on, siliconed it down, and screwed it down. Easy as. We've got our 2 solar panels. Obviously they're the 200 watts like I was telling you before. And then we have our air conditioning unit and 2 hatches. And that's basically it. That's our roof. Super simple. You can get creative if you want to add more solar, move things around. It's doable. But that's how ours is set up.
I think you say 2 hatches, but I think there's really 4.
There is actually, yeah, because there's the 2 in the bathroom. We'll show you that from the inside. You'll see it on this drone footage now, but there are 4 hatches. Thank you, Erin. Righto, we'll take you through the inside now. I'm going to let Erin do most of the talking, and I'll jump in every now and then with a few things that she doesn't know about.
I'll just pretty much talk about like the pretty things, and Alex can talk about the technical jazz.
So we do have the fans on, so it is quite hot.
It is so hot. Well, I don't know if we've mentioned, but we're in Townsville and it is warm, so if I'm sweaty, that's also why.
And I'll show you that because this...
Yeah, I thought you were going to show this my sweat mustache.
No. I wanted to show you this. Just... We get so many questions about this clock here because it's got the time, the date, the day, and then it's got temperature and humidity, so you can see it's like 33 degrees. People ask all the time. We got it from J-Car. I don't know if you can still get them, but...
Yeah, we got it when we were on the lap.
Ages ago.
So
we've
like
had that
2022.
for so long. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out there.
Welcome to the inside. The first thing that Alex specifically said I need to mention, because I don't know technical stuff, but this has the dual mesh. So the door has the security mesh on the outside and then the midgie mesh on the inside. Like the plastic, yeah. Yeah, which I love the idea of it because I hate bugs in the van, so I'm stoked with that.
And it's secure having the
yeah, so
metal.
No one can like bash it in, you know. The windows, just your standard windows really, but I didn't know how to do them this morning. This is the first time I've done them, so you just literally push them out and pull them in. Our old ones you had to like...
Yeah, so click. These ones don't have the stages where you have to go click, click, click.
Yeah, and wait for it to click. You just literally push it to where you want it and then close it, which was awesome. This little chair space thing, that's the storage on the outside that we keep all our leveling ramps and whatnot in. You've got storage space in here. It is hanging space. I would always prefer shelves, so that's something that we might look at doing. I just find that you can organise stuff better. Like, I don't know, if you look in there at the moment, it's a bit of a schmozzle, so... I
don't hang anything.
We just literally have thrown stuff in there, and it's a little bit stressful for me, but that's just how it is. You've got little drawers here. I'm not going to show you what's in there. That's just our undergarments. If you want to come over here, Alex. Got this little like storage spot. So we've got 2 wireless chargers in there. Also then 2 240 volt and a USB charger as well.
Nailed it.
Lights. So your reading lights. So we've gone for the gold like feature. The whole colour scheme, I'm pretty sure it's something you just pick, right? Like they've got combos.
Yes, this is one of their combos.
Yeah, so they've put together combos for you, which is awesome for me because I suck at making decisions. So they've got like, I think it's 4 different, 4 or 5.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look.
They've got a couple, so it comes with like the colours, the bench top, the floor. So you don't have to think about it all separately, which I found super stressful when we bought our first van.
So this is green. They don't look it so much now with the light, but these
aren't green. They're like a grey.
No, they're green.
Yes. Wow. That is a massive colour difference.
But we picked I think they call it a forest green or something like that. Yeah. So yeah.
So very similar to Bertha.
Yeah. So the green on the doors, crosshatch floor.
Yeah. And the dark leather, which I didn't know if I would be a fan of, but I quite like the vibe that it gives in here. Yeah. I'm not sure what size this bed is.
No, I think it's more of a specific caravan size. But that is one thing. We had a lot of people commenting saying they couldn't handle the bed pushed up against the wall. We were quite excited about this layout because we've seen it before, even before we were talking to Essential, and I love the idea of pushing the bed to one side.
So you've got a bit more space.
You've got a walkway. Now, I know that's not for everyone, and we obviously had the argument the first time going of who gets that side, and I lost. But basically, with this size van, if we had a centre, like I think it's an island bed, I can't remember what it's called, there would be no walkway here. You'd have no room to get through. So that pretty much has to happen in this van, either that or an east-west bed, which we've had before.
Yeah, we had that in the JB.
Yeah, and
so
we're used
to having one.
Yeah, but I prefer this one over there opposed to east-west.
Oh yeah, definitely, because it's easier for you to like get out. You don't have to fully climb over me.
But at the end of the day, it's a bed. You can't, like, you're camping, you're caravanning, it's not home. I don't mind.
And it's funny because we actually, like, the first time we slept in here, we just found it so comfortable. Like a little cocoon in that area, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, the angle of the bed head and everything, it just works for us. So I guess we're just used to it. You've got your roof hatch, dust reduction system. I don't know what it is.
Nailed it. So that's one thing I forgot to mention with on the roof. That's on the roof as well. That's the filter and everything for the DRS. And the switch for it is just there.
Sorry, I was just dancing over here. Then we've got the 2 Sirocco fans for this bed and the living area. More lights, more power points. I don't know what those things are.
The 6 sockets and USB points.
Oh, well there you go. Pockets. You'll see we don't have really anything in our pockets, do we?
No, we haven't.
We never really do. Especially not travelling full time now. We just don't really need it.
Yep.
So over here we've got our grill. We don't have an oven again. We've never really used an oven.
No.
Bertha didn't work.
Bertha's oven never worked. We were excited to finally have an oven.
But I don't think we've ever actually opened this either because there's still blue bits in here.
Yeah. I used it last night.
Oh, did you? What are these blue bits?
They lock it in, so they make it firm.
Oh, there you go. I don't remember him cooking last night, clearly. Never do it for me again. Anyway, so that's your stovetop. And then you've got your lights and your range hood, which is not working.
It is. It's a slow turn on. If you turn that on, it'll slowly power up.
Oh, yeah.
It was going to sit here in suspense while it turns on.
You can see how much I've used this.
Oh, the anticipation. Will it work?
Anyway. Cupboard space. That's where there's more PowerPoints in there.
Yeah, well, that's all the TV stuff.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hidden,
I don't know all this technical stuff. I'm just like, these are cupboards. This is where we keep our food and whatnot.
Hidden handle, so you got your latches underneath there.
we did really like this lighting feature, hey?
Yeah,
It's good for like when you just want a bit of light, but like not in your face light. Microwave. Alright, so we've got the white sink here. We reckon they're pretty game giving us a white sink.
Yeah, they haven't seen how grubby we can be.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Again, we've got the gold tapware. This is your drinking water down here.
Yeah, so filtered water and then normal tap water.
We've got the pantry. So a lot of people ask us how that goes. I quite like it.
Yeah, these should show them what brand those are.
Oh, Systema.
Yeah, where are they from?
I think you can get them from like Big W, Coles.
Yeah.
Especially like there's a lot of half price sales on them, so if you can get them on sale, that's the best because they're quite expensive otherwise.
They fit perfectly in the caravan pantries.
Yeah. And they're great because they can be stacked as well, like in your cupboards and stuff. I'm not going to show you all of the cupboards, I don't think. I'll show you this one because this is where... So we've got our hot water and stuff in there. And then this one is the other one with stuff in it, I think.
Just fuses and whatnot.
Yeah. All your electrical stuff. More storage space above and below the fridge. What size fridge is this? I don't know what this is.
That is a Sanjo fridge. The size does not come to mind, so I will look at that up and put it in the screen.
I don't feel like it's as big as Bertha's.
No, it's much smaller, but it's super efficient. So I'd never heard of Sanjo. That was one of the things when we walked into the Essential Vans. There was a few brands that we'd never heard of before, and you know, you got your big name brands that you see in a lot of vans, and I was sort of wondering why. Why do they go with some of these? And it's a research side of things. So Jamie, the owner, uses a lot of this stuff, and he figures out what's sort of the lowest power draw. And I have to say that it's quite low on the power draw.
Same with the aircon.
Aircon, yeah, that's Sanjo as well. So,
yeah. So he has done
efficient.
a lot of testing on all of this kind of stuff and works out what he thinks is the best options for things. So yeah.
The table, Erin, and the seats.
Oh yeah. So these, I think I've shown you before, but so they're seats, but they're also like storage, which is awesome. The only thing that we're unsure about is how they're going to go on the corrugations because they move.
They slide around. They don't fall over, but they slide around. So we 100% need to figure out something to keep them where they are when we hit the corrugations of the PDR.
And then you've got your table, so it, moves around. And
So not an L shape this time.
No, and I think that's why they've given us these, so we can all sit at the table together without like having to slide in and stuff, which is awesome.
Actually, in saying that, we've been, instead of hopping into the lounge, we've been sitting on these and eating from this side and doing computer work from this side. It's just a lot easier. Like, you want to quickly get up, you're not sliding into a lounge. So,
while we're kind of in this space, a lot of people were kind of worried about how we were going to go with the space, going to a smaller van after Bertha. Because of the way they've laid this out, when we travel with the dogs, we don't take this one. We only need the one, really. 3 of us will fit in there, and then we put the dogs' beds here. And because this is so wide, I don't know how they've managed it, but there's like quite a lot of space here. So we've still got like the clear walkway through to the bathroom and the kids' space, which is something we didn't really have in Bertha. You had to be treading over the dogs and everything. So yeah, I think they've laid it out really well. Like, they've really thought about your space, and it feels, you can have 4 adults in here and it doesn't feel cramped at all. So.
Yeah, it's not massive, but you know, not a lot of caravans feel massive.
I know, for a 19-foot van, like I remember if we had 4 people, you know, in some of our other vans, it would have felt a lot more cramped.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, comes through to the kids' space. So we do have a little shutter to block off the kids if we...
Concertina door?
Yeah, that. If we need some privacy, or when they want to go to sleep. We've got the bunks. Now, initially we were talking to Jamie about getting a triple bunk, so we could have the dogs on the bottom.
We thought that was going to be the best idea.
Yeah. Somewhere it got lost in communication, which is, you know, Jamie's a super busy man, so no issues really. And we just kind of said, well, we'll give it a go and see whether we need to change it or not. He was
So-
open to letting us change it.
What happened was he said, no dramas at all. I'll chuck this van on the lot for sale and I'll build you a triple bunk. And we were already going on a trip anyway, and we used it the first time. That was that Coffs Harbour shakedown. And we were like, oh no, actually we don't want the dogs in this area.
Yeah.
Because when we close this, the dogs
They
can't get
can't.
to us to let us know they need
Yeah.
to go out for the toilet.
And
So
then
it
we
actually-
thought with the space as well, so yeah.
Yeah, so it actually worked out
probably
well.
best That we didn't, yeah.
Hmm.
The kids have the USB ports and the reading lights, the Sirocco fans, and then they've also got pockets at each end of the bed for storage, their own windows. Yeah, probably not too much there. This is the other access to the hatch outside.
Yeah, so you got external and internal access to that.
Now, the one thing in this van I think people were expecting when they opened this was a washing machine.
How many people at Camp for a Cure said to
many
us?
It's obviously just shelving space. We don't have a washing machine in here.
There was meant to be.
There was meant to be. We're talking about options about what we could do to get
Retrofitting?
one. Yeah, that's the words. I honestly don't know that it's going to make that much of a difference to us, though, really.
Nah, as a full-time traveller, you definitely want one. But look,
As a part-time traveller like we are now.
yeah, we could probably get away with it. In saying that, we probably still will get a washing machine put in,
Yeah.
but it's not detrimental.
It's not urgent, yeah. This massive drawer we've just been using as our dirty laundry.
Oh, I won't look in there then.
Really? And just more drawers for the kids' space and whatnot.
So here's where it's different to Bertha.
Yeah.
Yes, we had separate shower and toilet, but they had doors that both came out into the kids' bunk area. So this is the first time we've had an ensuite that
can actually just like...
yeah, hop out of the shower and get changed in the ensuite. And there is a fly buzzing around here.
Yes.
How about you step in there? This is super hard to fill.
It's going to be nice and tight.
Yeah, like Toyga.
I'll show you the shower first then, so we can just get that out of the way. It's a massive shower for a for this size caravan. I think it's got the hatch in there with your fan and everything, gold tapware. We have put a little fusion lock for some extra storage. We might get a couple more of those. But yeah, I actually love that shower. There's more cupboard space up here. We just have like another fusion lock thing here for our toothbrushes and stuff, and then there is more storage under there, so we just keep our toilet paper and, you know, nothing exciting really under there. Towel rails, another fan, which is good because in cold weather the steam can really just like fill up this space. And the toilet. So the toilet is probably the only thing that I would change, I reckon.
Yeah, so here, if you want to hold that, I'll show what happens. Without opening the lid, this is the flap latch. So when you open that, it does a courtesy flush. And there's a reason for that. It squirts water in there so your turds don't stick to the side and you don't leave skiddies. So it's a anti-skiddy device. An
does
ACD.
work. It does,
SD.
it does work as that.
Yeah, so minimal skiddies, but obviously you're putting water into your cassette. So it's like, it's a toilet. Everything else works like a toilet, but I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how it goes. We haven't filled it too quickly so far, but yeah,
with children.
with the children in here, and when we go to Cape York, it'd be really interesting to see. So yeah, it does that. I'm not sure if you can turn it off. I don't think you can, but so that's a FREECAMP toilet. I don't know how to say that properly.
FREECAMP, I don't know, I feel like like fry. You know that song?
No.
How does it say it? The Rammstein
Oh,
song?
Rammstein song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that right, but anyway. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
IntelliGrid system. So the control panel.
That's you. That's
Okay.
you. I don't know how to do that.
All right, we'll swap. So IntelliGrid system. Obviously, our telly's up in the corner here. You have to be super careful because you can bash your head in it. Erin's already done it once or twice, but like, there's not a lot of options for where your telly can go because you obviously want your telly down here close to your main bed. But if we fold that away, this is all your switches for your lights. So you've got your two awning lights and then all your other ones in here. But then this is our IntelliGrid system. So the projector IntelliGrid. If I can get that out of the road. So it shows you your water levels, your battery, your solar coming in, your vehicle charge, all that stuff. This is how you turn your inverter on. You just literally touch that there. Your pump, it's all, what's the word? Integratable. So you can change everything to how you like. So if you swipe over, you can move all this stuff around to turn things off, your lights and yada yada yada, your bedroom lights, TV so that the power turns off there. We leave most of it on. The only thing we turn off when we travel is the pump, so that if a tap gets opened up, it doesn't pump all your water out. That's, you know, worst case scenario. But nice and simple system. We don't really take it off that screen. We just leave it as is. But you can power the whole thing down. You just heard everything turn off. Now it's going to be hot. Anyway, we'll turn it all back on.
Please turn that back on.
Yeah, but yeah, super easy to use your inverter. You're trying to turn the fan on?
Yes, I am.
It's so hot.
It's not working.
Oh, because I've got to turn it back on in here. Hold that.
He's stitched me up here. Everyone needs to see
bedroom.
me with
There
a
you
sweat
go.
mustache.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. So bedroom, if you turn bedroom on, it turns all the power on. Bedroom. Kitchen. I turn it all
Bathroom.
back on.
Yes.
So we're good to go. TV. But yeah,
Cool.
that's basically it. I think. So that's Essie, guys. Hope you enjoyed the walk around. If you have questions, and there will be so much that we missed. So much. Like we said, let us know down in the comments. But to finish it all off, we just want to say once again, thank you so much.
Yes.
If it wasn't for you guys, we would not be in this van
No.
right now. So we are so appreciative of you guys watching, following, liking,
Supporting us.
commenting, just all the support.
And actually all the positive feedback after the last video. We were a little bit worried about, you know, some negativity that can happen in this space when people get new caravans and stuff like that. But yeah, everyone has been so lovely. So thank you so much. We are definitely so grateful for you all.
Yes. But stay tuned, guys. As of next week, we start the trip to the Cape, which is actually, we're on our way now.
Yes, we are in
Super
Townsville already. So
Hence the sweat mustaches.
yeah.
But guys, once again, thank you so much. Thank you for everything. We'll see you next week.
Bye.